Alright, round one. Yeah, we'll keep this hand. We don't have red mana, but this hand gets a lot better with red mana. And we're on the draw, and we have a 1-drop. And we have something to invest our black mana into, so seems correct. Ooh. Yeah, we're going to Looming Spires here. Gives us red mana, so it sets us up for a Nettle Drone. Better chance we play Sentinel, though, against the Castigator. This just basically guarantees we get our ingest off and set up our Processor Assault, so it seems correct to me. Pretty good chance we're just playing Sentinel next turn. Could actually play the Nettle Drone too, though. Well, we'll see. I think what I'm probably going to do is swing with the Sludge Crawler into the Castigator. See if he blocks. Because I'm willing to trade Sludge Crawler for a Castigator. I think I'd rather trade a Sludge Crawler for a Castigator than trade a Processor Assault. For a Castigator. I don't know if that's right. I don't actually know. I don't know. Maybe I would prefer to trade like a Titan's Presence for it. Now that I think about it. Oh, let's offer the trade. I want to play Nettle Drone this turn, so he either takes the trade or he doesn't. If he takes the trade, I've got good removal. Okay. I mean, Titan's Presence is pretty insane with Deathless Behemoth in hand. If he plays Reproach, we'll play the... Ooh. Really? Alright, well, we'll get our 2-for-1, I guess. Oh, wait. I forgot to pre-combat my land. That makes things more difficult. Alright. Alright. You got me. We're going to play Nettle Drone anyway. Alright. So now we go ping, Sentinel, untap, swing. I think I'm going to have to trade the drone for the Griffin because I'm obviously behind here. Alright. Kind of glad he took that, actually. Now if I draw a land, I can go Processor Assault, Titan's Presence, which is pretty strong. Alright. It's just a standard blue-white Flyers deck. So let's go Nettle Drone ping. Kind of want to save the... Guess we... Well, it's out of Spell Shrivel right now. Could just play Processor Assault on the Griffin. Seems fine. Doesn't make as good a use of mana, but it avoids counters. If we draw a Mindraker, the problem is I would rather be able to use Processor Assault than get the extra value of Mindraker. So I think I'm just going to Processor Assault the Griffin and pass. Untap my guys. Well, there's the Mindraker. I think we just pass. We're going to end up Shadow Glider, or Titan's Presence is Shadow Glider on his turn. Alright, so let's do it now. He's tapped out. Guess we ping first. And we'll show them Mindraker. And now we can use the Mindraker too. So he only gains 2 life. Right. Not a big deal. Kind of walked himself into a Mindraker too, which I don't know if that was the wisest idea. So definitely using Mindraker while we still have value here. Yeah, opponent definitely messed up there. No reason to tightening coils. I think maybe my opponent... I'm guessing my opponent forgot that Titan's Presence exiles. That's all I can think happened. I still need a mana, though, or Cloud Manta is going to make some quick work of me. There we go. So let's grasp the Manta. Swing with the Raker. Yeah, we're going to swing with the Raker, because if he loses the Castigator, I can get in with the Drone, which is going to deal a lot more damage. So we're not going to play around Gideon's Reproach because he was in top deck mode. Alright. Alright, looks like we got our opponent here pretty likely. Don't need to show him the Dominator drone. Alright. It's still fine. We're not going to play anything. My opponent has to deal with Deathless Behemoth. If they do, I guess we'll play Dominator Drone. Yeah. I just didn't want to show more spells. It wasn't necessary. So our opponent showed us a Reproach too. Opponent's got a pretty decent looking. They've got some good life gain in there actually. Tandem Tactics, Courier Griffin. They're well equipped. They're a pretty standard looking blue-white flyer, but they're well equipped to deal with our kind of quick aggression. Miasma doesn't do as much work in this matchup as I'd like. It kills Shadow Glider, Cloud Manta, Core Castigator. Doesn't deal with Courier Griffin. Might be enough goodies where I just want it, but not dealing with Courier Griffin might be a big deal. I could do Miasma over Demon's Grasp. The problem is Miasma kills all of our guys, which is a big problem. It basically doesn't kill Sentinel or Mindrakers, I guess, or Silent Skimmer. But it kills like all of our Sludge Crawlers. Yeah, I probably just can't play Miasma. It's just too much. Too situational. Maybe I played over Retreat. Yeah, actually that makes sense. Retreat's not that good in this matchup. Most of his guys are going to be attacking anyway. We'll bring Miasma in for a Retreat. There might be a situation where we can do better stuff with Miasma for us than it does for our opponent. Like kill a couple flyers. Maybe it only kills one of our guys or none of our guys. Could happen. I think that's all I've got though. Yeah. It's a good hand. All right. Take our one. All right. Play land, swing with Sludge Crawler. See if our opponent's got the Reproach. Nope. Maybe. Decided not to. Angelic Gift, sure. So now we've got Processor Assault online, which is pretty nice. Considering this card is pretty weak most of the time. That's cool. Let's go Spires on Sludge Crawler. Swing for 4 and play Sentinel. No blue mana from our opponent yet. No Tandem Tactics. It's got to be a Reproach. I think my opponent was hesitant to play it before, but kind of makes sense now. Yeah. All right. It's got us there. Tightening Coils. So we've got Mindbreaker we can draw into. That's good now. Still got the ingest going. We've got his first flyer on lockdown. All right, so we process our Salt Griffin, get in for 4. All right, definitely a bit flooded here, but that was a good draw, actually. So let's get in. If he wants to trade a lookout plus pump on a drone, I'm fine. Actually, I guess I should have played the Sludge Crawler first. I feel like that's actually interesting. I basically didn't pre-combat the Sludge Crawler because I didn't want my opponent to know about it. But I guess, truth be told, I probably should have to pump the Sentinel. If I didn't want my opponent to know about it in case if they had like a reproach there. I'd much rather them reproach a drone or a Sentinel than my Sludge Crawler, because my Sludge Crawler is gonna get just insane in the late game. Like, it's already very good at this point. Next turn it's a 4/4, which is really good. Opponent's got 4 cards in hand with no plays. I'm just kind of confused right now. So I'm guessing tandem tactics or pump. All right. In that case, just basically hitting lands. I'm curious if my opponent needs it to play like a 6-drop. It's my guess, since my opponent has a bunch of cards in hand but no plays. Adverse. All right. So my opponent's going to be able to play 6 drops now, but we're also going to be able to pump Sludge Crawler to 5/5. All right. Courier Griffin, sure. Might as well attack. That's... Oh, worried about haste? I guess we do actually have potential for haste with the Forerunner of Slaughter. All right. Can't do anything about that, unfortunately. This is where the flood definitely gets us, so hoping we can get over the flood soon here. All right, so I guess we have the out for the Griffin now. And we have the blocker for the land. We haven't seen a counterspell from my opponent yet, so I'm just going to chill another turn here. Attacking with everything. All right. So I guess if he has tandem tactics, will Stone Fury the land. I could have just blocked the Scion and let him tandem tag. Yeah, that would have made more sense. I don't know if I thought about that well enough. So I should have blocked Scion. He probably... Well, I can pay for that. He did have the Spell Shrivel, though, which is surprising. So I should have just blocked the Scion and killed the Griffin, since I could have blocked it anyway. Because now I have to deal with Griffin. I do have a lot of removal in my deck, though. Like that, for example. All right, Elemental's pretty big. Mindraker's okay. Better than a land. Guess our opponent does have to discard, but I think it's probably a land. Or Pilgrim's Eye. I guess that's better than a land. So, this is still winnable, but it's going to be challenging. The top deck war. It's going to make it a little bit harder. Yeah. Running out of time here. All right, I think we're dead. So, how many more spells did our opponent see this game? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, that's not right though, because I processed 2 spells. So 2 of these are not right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Discarded that. Now I'm just confused. 7, 8, 9, 10 spells to our 8. I guess only saw 2 more spells, but that made a world of difference. Okay, so got to take game 3 here. I misplayed too, but I mean, yeah, I definitely misplayed. So I misplayed in game 1 too. So I got to really tighten my game here in game 3 and make the right choices. Do I want Dutiful Return? It's like, he has Gideon's Reproach. What else does he have, though? Sheer Drop. All right. What would Miasma have done that game? It would have killed Shadow Glider, not killed Rampart, not killed Wavewing Elemental. Let's take out the Miasma made for Dutiful Return. Just because I can get I feel like because I can get flooded pretty easily in this matchup, I'm gonna want Dutiful Return to offset that. Let us get back guys that we need. All right, let's try this. Like even Dutiful Return on a Sludge Crawler is quite good in the mid to late game. I think that makes sense. Play first. Yeah, this is a keepable hand for sure. So we get to go Transgress into Nettle Drone. Could actually wait 1 turn on the Transgress, but It's just for an extra ping damage, which I don't think is a good idea. I want to be able to go Transgress, Nettle Drone, Mindraker, so that makes the most sense, I think. So, let's see what we get here. Stasis Snare, Courier Griffin, Cloud Manta. So Silent Skimmer can keep the flyers at bay. I guess we probably take Stasis Snare. I'm trying to think if I want to take Courier Griffin instead. If I take Courier Griffin, what does that do? I don't know, actually. If I take... Like, Stasis Snare likely is going to hit Nettle Drone, right? Guess we probably take the Snare. I don't know if that was right. That was a tough decision. We know he doesn't have removal, so if... we know he doesn't have removal now, so if he has, like, Reproach, that's basically what we're worried about. Mindraker actually looks good now. I don't think he had the island before, did he? Now I want to look back at what he revealed. I need to keep... This is important, so... Plain Sandstone Bridge Island. He did have the island, so we still don't know. I think Mindraker actually looks pretty good here. Potentially. We knew he didn't have the Gideon's Reproach, so I think we're just going to have to hope he didn't draw it. Or Sheer Drop. Okay. So now we swing with Mindraker, ping, play Silent Skimmer. Next turn we get Deathless Behemoth too, which is pretty nice. Yeah, not really concerned about that. Alright. It's actually not too bad either. Blighted Step, alright. It's a way to offset some damage. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty spicy. So now I think we get to basically swing with Mindraker and Silent Skimmer. If he wants to trade a Mindraker for a Castigator and an Angelic Gift, it's good. I have a feeling he double blocks Silent Skimmer, in which case we just outnumber Griffin. Even though it's got... I think I'd prefer him to have the one toughness guy with the extra power. Although, no, I guess we do hit Castigator because it can trade with Mindraker. That makes sense. Okay. So swing with Mindraker and Skimmer. I think he probably double blocks Skimmer. So we outnumber the Castigator. This also makes his Blighted Step worse. We don't get to play the Deathless Behemoth, but I still think getting in this extra damage right now is pretty good for us. Like, we've got a Nettle Drone that he's seriously got to deal with here. Plus we get to keep swinging in with Skimmer. So, swing with these two again. Can't imagine this going well for him. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's just dead now because of that. Yeah. All right. Got the match. That was cool. That was a crazy game, actually. Nettledrone, how much damage did Nettledrone did a ridiculous amount of damage. Mindraker played well for us, so our deck came together there despite a couple misplays by me in games 1 and 2. So hopefully we can continue this trend in rounds 2 and 3.